guys! First of all, I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers to this channel. Thank you guys, I really appreciate it. You are the best. So the 2019 Mr. World Finals took place last August 23rd at the Smart Araneta Coliseum in Quezon City, Philippines. The show was co-hosted by former Miss World 2013 Megan Young from the Philippines and her real-life boyfriend, Filipino actor and television presenter Mikael Diaz. Now, how many of you actually attended the event? How many of you paid $12 to see the show online? Not I. I didn't think it was worth paying that much money to see a show whose results had already been predetermined, and I would rather spend that money to buy a cheap bottle of red wine. Besides, I could always rely on pageant fans who paid to see it online and actually shared the live stream on their personal Facebook pages. But from the looks of it, the Coliseum was not filled to capacity as there were hundreds of empty seats. Looks like the pageant didn't attract that much public attention as it was originally expected. Could it be that many Filipino fans who were still unhappy with Catriona Gray's loss in Miss World 2016 decided to boycott the pageant? What do you think? To be honest, all I saw was segments of the show because the live stream was constantly interrupted when the live streamer would pause during commercial breaks. I'm hoping that the complete show will be uploaded to YouTube soon. And since I haven't seen the entire show, I really cannot comment much on it. But I can certainly comment on the results. So the winner turned out to be Jack Heslewood of England. Is anyone really surprised by the results? I mean, the writing's on the wall. A few minutes before he was announced the winner, his parents were interviewed by the background commentator Frankie Cerna. Remember, during the telecast, Frankie had interviewed the parents of Megan Young in 2013 and Manushi Chilar in 2017 before they were crowned Miss World. It looks like interviewing the parents of a contestant during the telecast has become a new tradition in Miss World and now Mr. World. I'm not saying that Heslewood didn't deserve to win Mr. World. Anyone who made the top 12 could have won Mr. World. However, I can't help but wonder if Heslewood's victory had something to do perhaps with the fact that his parents are reportedly good friends with Julia Morley, the CEO of the Miss World organization, that Heslewood's mother and sister Kirsty helped a lot within the organization, and this could well be the reason Kirsty won Miss England 2013 and made the top 10 in Miss World 2013. This "let's keep it in the family" custom is reminiscent of Rosanna Davison of Ireland, who won Miss World in 2003. Rosanna's father is the famous singer Chris de Burgh, who happens to be another good friend of Julia Morley. And if you hadn't noticed, 3 of Miss World's staff members, besides Julia, judged Mr. World 2019. Donna Walsh, the official choreographer and director who goes by the name of Donna Derby, musical director Mike Dixon, and the official hair, makeup, and stylist expert Andrew Minerick. Oh, and did you know that Donna Derby's son Barney was a backstage co-host at Miss World 2017? Yup. It's all in the family, people. I'm telling you, Miss World organization operates like the mafia. Anyhow, let's talk about some of the surprises that made the top 29. Well, first of all, why top 29? They could have added one more contestant and made it top 30 instead, which sounds much better. I mean, lately, pageants have been coming up with odd number lists like top 9, top 11, top 13. Enough already. Bring back the even number lists. I was actually surprised that China PR made the cut since he was not really on anyone's list. I mean, not to be mean, but look at him. He looks malnourished and so out of place. I heard that Julia Morley is not a fan of guys that look like boys, which makes me wonder why Thailand, who, despite its boyish good looks, did not make the cut. But Indonesia, another one who looks like a boy, made it in the quarterfinalist list. I am assuming that the only reason China PR and Indonesia made the cut is that their respective countries have hosted Miss World before and that Julia Morley expects both countries to continue hosting in the future. Thailand was supposed to host Miss World 2019 in December, but backed out, which may be the reason Mr. Thailand did not make the cut because Julia was still bitter about Thailand pulling out as a host country. Am I right? In my last vlog, I mentioned these countries as alternates: Argentina, Austria, Mauritius, Nigeria, and Puerto Rico. And all five of them did make the cut, with Austria getting as far as top 12 and winning the Mr. World Europe Continental Award. But I didn't expect Northern Ireland to make the top 12. He was like totally off my radar as he hadn't impressed me with his performance at all. The same with Latvia, Netherlands, Ghana, Italy, Poland, Russia, United States, and Venezuela. Kenya made the top 29, but failed to advance to top 12, which was disappointing, as I thought that he deserved to be up there. The list was then trimmed down to top 7, which included England, Brazil, Dominican Republic, Austria, Ireland, Philippines, and Lebanon. Eventually, Philippines and Lebanon failed to reach the top 5. But the biggest surprise to me at all was Spain totally getting shut out of the competition. He was practically on everyone's list, and not to see him make the cut makes me wonder if he did poorly in the interview with the judges or that he had an attitude problem. God only knows. Or Julia only knows. So the 5 guys who eventually won the challenge events automatically advanced to the top 12, and this include Tonga for talent, Nepal for multimedia, South Africa for sports, Ireland for extreme, and Mexico for top model. From this group, only South Africa and Mexico advanced to the top 5, along with Brazil, Dominican Republic, and England. When the question and answer moment came for the top 5, co-host Megan Young asked each finalist a question from a viewer.
Okay, Brazil, so your question comes from a viewer of the Philippines, and their question is, what is your greatest wish for the world and why?
Good evening, everyone. And that moment, my wish for the world is, everyone, please pray for the Amazonia. You really need that. That not just from Brazil, it's from the world. You really need help. Please pray for Amazonia. Thank you very much. You are really amazing. I hope all of you enjoy that show it for all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Brazil.
I like Brazil's response to pray for the Amazon forest because it has been burning for over 2 weeks now and the world doesn't seem to care about it. But his delivery was rather shaky and the last portion of his answer was somewhat hard to understand.
This question comes from a viewer from South Africa. Okay, what have you learned during experience in the Philippines?
I have learned a lot. We are 72 contestants. We are diverse. We're different. And we're sharing the same dream. We're sharing the same dream of hard work and engagement. We want to represent our country and talk about our cultures. But the most important thing, we all have an advocacy. I think this is the most important for everyone. My advocacy is to advocate for inclusion with children in general. And I hope that I could do that with all my fellow contestants. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Dominican Republic.
I also liked Dominican Republic's answer, and I thought he started out very well. He acknowledged the commonalities between him and the other contestants, and then transitions to talking about advocacies, which is the heart of the pageant. I thought he delivered his answer in a relaxed and calm manner.
Your question comes from a viewer from China. Okay. What do you think is the most important message the world needs to hear right now?
I think the most important message is to try to imagine the best possible superhero you can think of. Even if you can't even think that it's possible for a human to achieve that, imagine that superhero, and that actually happens to be you. And you can do that if you empower yourself to do that. It is actually possible that superhero to be imagined.
All right. I'm sure everybody will start doing that from now on. Thank you so much, England.
Even though England exuded poise while speaking, I didn't like his answer at all. So he thinks that the most important message that the world needs to hear right now is for everyone to imagine a superhero and to become like that superhero? I mean, for someone who supposedly has an IQ of 181, that was the best answer he could think of? Well, at least we know he loves to read Marvel comics.
All right, Mexico, this question comes from the Mr. World Press Conference. What was the best thing about the Philippines?
Well, you know, we're the best people in the world is the Filipinos here this night, cheering everyone of the 72 contestants. I'm so happy because all this time I was hearing, sir, from everyone, you're so polite, you're so warm, you make us feel in home because you're so dissimilar to where I came, from Mexico. You have the same last name, Ayman Gonzalez, you are Lopez, Perez. We all are a big family, you know, and now we are Mr. World here united from 72 countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mexico.
Okay, even though he responded in a very choppy way, I like that it was very expressive with his manual gestures and he directly addressed the audience. Though I wonder if his delivery could have been better if he had spoken in Spanish.
All right, so your question comes from a viewer in India. Your question is, do you wish to carry on from the current Mr. World, Rohit Khandelwal?
That's a very good question. He was actually on here just now. I think he embodied the principles that Mr. World strives for. It's more than pageant. It's about unifying people. And I think having spent my time with these phenomenal 71 gentlemen who've become brothers, I get what that means. We all come from such different cultures, backgrounds. We all look different. Every shade you can find back there, but we all unified. And I think that's the biggest thing about Mr. World, Miss World, and pageants in general. It brings everybody around the world, and it says there's something that connects all of us, and that's what's most important. So at the end of the day, this organization does that better than any organization. That's why I came to it. It's why my heart is so close to it. And to be honest with you, if I could get this mantle, I would grab it and run as fast as I did for that sports challenge.
All right, thank you very much, South Africa.
I think South Africa gave the best response. He was very calm and level-headed. Though I thought his answer sounded more like a short 1-minute speech. Actually, it's quite long. So, if I were going to pick the winner of Mr. World based on the contestants' responses, I would have picked South Africa. But if I were to pick the winner based on overall performance, I would have picked Mexico. Mexico is the most successful country in Mr. World, having reached the top 3 5 times and almost won in 1996. I was hoping for Brian Fauger to bring home Mexico's first Mr. World crown this year, but I guess Auntie Julia preferred the English rocket scientist over the Mexican industrial engineer. Oh well, better luck next time, Mexico. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, and share. Until the next time, bye!